Ladies and gentlemen, start putting your hands together, start going crazy. Let me hear the noise for Mr. Tomek.
Hi guys. Cheers. Cheers. So, let me start by asking you this question. Have you ever walked in on your parents fucking? I have, and it wasn't pretty. I got traumatized for a week. Seriously, I couldn't eat for like 5 days. I think I must have lost 7 kilos. And I was the first 10-year-old Polish boy in Poland with post-traumatic stress disorder. And the case got so famous that BBC sent in their crew from England to shoot a special about me. Yeah, and I still remember the day. I still remember what I heard. I heard those weird noises coming out of my parents' bedroom. At first, I thought my dad was trying to kill my mom because I could hear this squeaking and moaning. And then, I heard my mom say, "Oh yeah, Daddy, give it to me." But I was 10 years old and I was on the quest to save my mom from my dad. So I opened the doors and I saw my dad choking my mom from behind. and I was like, "Daddy, why are you wearing my cowboy hat and my cowboy boots and the Colt 44 around your naked ass? And Mommy, why are you wearing that Indian squirrel costume you bought me last year?" And you could see my dad using his whole brain power to come up with an answer. And you girls, for us men, when all the blood flows down from one brain to the one in between our legs, it's extremely hard to come up with any answer. So after 30 seconds of serious consideration, my dad came up with this answer. "Well, Tomek, I had caught this Indian squirrel stealing tomatoes from our garden, and she needs to be punished." I think he punished her like 5 times that night. Yeah. Well, but this is not the first time I saw my dad's dick. When I was 9 years old, I got back home from school. I opened the door, I entered the living room, and I saw my dad watching TV. Everything would be fine if he weren't jerking off. Yeah, and right before I got blind for 5 minutes, I saw what he was jerking off to. Do you want to know what he was jerking off to? MacGyver, season 2, episode 6. And he was like, "Oh yeah, Richard Dean Anderson, you defused that bomb pretty well, my friend. Show me again how you defuse that bomb." And right after I regained my vision, I saw my dad staring me in the eyes, and the first thing that he said was, "I'm glad you're home, boy. Let's eat something." And then, like every normal family, we didn't talk about it. We swept it he swept it right underneath the carpet, the very same one he came on like 5 minutes before. Yeah. It is going to be a dirty show. But the first time I saw my dad's dick was 32 years ago. I must have been like 5 months old. So, here I was, in my mom's womb, belly, minding my own business, sleeping in my fetal position, when suddenly I felt something poking at me. It woke me up, and I was like, "Jesus, man, get that thing away from me." Not cool, Dad, not cool. And, so I started biting it, punching it, and giving it a few good kicks, and I swear to God, it spat on me. You might not remember, but there aren't that many places to hide behind your mom's belly, so I did my best shit. I did my Matrix dodging moves. I did my favorite thing, which is MC Hammer, can't touch this. And guys, I even did the jazz hands from Broadway just to confuse the Bold Avenger. And but guys, all it takes is one bad move, one bad turn, and I made one bad turn, and it got me right out my butthole, and it felt good. Yeah. Let me ask you another question. How many of you like sex? Hands up. Yeah, nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be ashamed of. And how many of you have neighbors that fuck harder and louder than you do?
I am the neighbor.
And I bet you're a screamer as well. Yeah, I got neighbors like that. They moved in 2 months ago. And
you live next door to me, no?
wait till my punchline. Yeah, and they moved in like 2 months ago. And I swear to God, they fuck every single weekend from 11 p.m. till 11:45. And I know, because my Guyver starts at 11. And she's a screamer. She screams her ass off, literally. By the way, Buddha, Christina, I think I've seen you around in my apartment over there. Yeah, they scream a lot. And every third week of the month, they organize something what I like to call a fuckathon. Because it's a fucking marathon. They screw for 7 hours straight. And I think that guy must be losing a lot of money on condoms and Viagra. But the worst thing about it is the fact that, you know, she's a screamer. And she screams a lot. And what really bugs me is when I start to hear this guy's balls smack against her ass. And they make this clicky clacky noise. So you can imagine me listening to them have sex for 7 hours straight with her. And his balls smacking against her ass. Not cool. Not cool.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool when you're...
For that dude.
Yeah, well, I got a system for it. So as, you know, me being a jealous motherfucker, I try to fuck their love making up, you know, because nobody has sex around me without me. So, you know, so I would play this German disco song very loudly. The louder she gets, because they still do it, the louder I get. And yeah, and I think it didn't work actually, so I stopped doing it. And so if you can't beat them, join them. The last week was the Fuckathon week. And I got myself ready, you know. I bought a bottle of Chardonnay, dimmed the lights. I even bought an extra box of tissues and a lubricant. And I waited for them to start fucking. And they did. Yeah. Suffice to say, we were the weirdest threesome ever with two of them moaning and fucking behind the wall and me with my ear next to the wall jerking off.
It's funny because it's true.
You bet you're sweet as it is.
It's just sweet as. Good cut.
And right when I was about to come, I heard a dollar ring. So I stood up with my massive boner. I opened the doors and I saw the guy staring at me. And he said, "Sir, could you please turn on that German disco song again?" And I was like, "Why?" "Because we can't fuck without it anymore." Yeah, and the reason why I'm telling you guys this story is because my psychoanalyst told me to, because it's a part of my therapy. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tomek and Prague. Are you probably should have put a warning sticker on Tomek when I first put him upstairs. On stage. Yes, Tomek likes to talk about sex.
Because I don't get any.
No, it was fantastic. It was brilliant. There was a couple of girls at the back, and there was a couple of things like they were like, "Oh my god!" I think the two boys were delighted. I think their psychoanalysts have probably told them to come and listen to this shit. Like, they'll work through their shit and stuff like that as well. So, guys, have you had a good night?
Yeah.
Have you had fun?
Yeah.
Or have you been disgusted?
Yeah.
Does anyone live next door to Tomek?
Yeah.
Well, those two. That's what you've been jerking off to, mate. Guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for coming to the show. Do check out Comedy Prague on